skeptical of this whole Gilligan's Island. It's beyond suspend disbelief. The professor, he's like some scientist. He's supposed to be smart. He gets on that boat with the skipper and Gilligan at the controls. That's insane. The millionaire, what did he hit the lotto? Couldn't have earned it because he got on that boat with the skipper and Gilligan. Marianne, same thing. She's smart. What's wrong with you, Marianne? Ginger's like the only one. Tee, let's go for a boat ride, you know. Otherwise, I'm not buying into Gilligan's Island. Corey Johnson back at you. Yeah, you right. There's never been like a movie or TV sequel to that was just absolutely horrendous and terrible. There had to have been. Someone had to have recreated Gilligan's Island, and it was just like an atom bomb blowing up. Just ground zero. That dome in Hiroshima, that metal dome, that's like all that's left. Uh-oh, the corporal getting proactive. Sequel to Gilligan's Island. Yikes. That's a frightening thought. Someone might do that today. What's the redo? What's the movie that? The horrible Roadhouse. Didn't they redo that? Like, I mean, they redid it and it was so bad. Like it did. I don't even know if it came out on DVD. It just disappeared.
I think you can only get it through like a streaming service online or something.
Yeah, streaming service. Some dude in a megaphone yelling the lines of the movie out of a window from a building. A screaming service. Geesh. Roadhouse. Remaking Roadhouse. What are you thinking? Come on. That was like the remaking of Longest Yard. It's like you just don't do stuff like that. And boy, some second, third movies just gets worse and worse. Hey, the meat locker just turned off. You heard that?
Yeah,
wow.
You're right.
Geesh. We're going to be back to regular temperatures in the Buddy Deliberto River City's Total Maintenance Studios. Whew. You could hang meat on hooks in here. Huh, Corporal?
Oh, it was ridiculous.
Telling you. It is a Monday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us, New Orleans. So many ways to check out the program. You're in your rig, you're driving home, maybe going eastbound from New Orleans east to Slidell or heading to the east. Maybe, or beyond, like I said, twin span Slidell. Hey, quit driving in the left lane already. I am not built for that commute. Kenner to Laplace. Get out of the left lane. I-55 North up to Strawberry Country. Causeway, Crescent City Connection. You're in the car? Check us out. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. Oh, so fine. 93.9 FM. You can also check us out on New Orleans' own 107.9 FM. 107.9 FM. 600 AM is a powerful little AM signal, a sneaky little powerful AM signal. From like Baton Rouge to Pensacola, Florida, powerful, all up and down the I-10, I-12 corridor. You can check us out 4 p.m. weekdays, 600 a.m. Live streaming via our website. By the way, Corey is spelled K-A-A-R-E. K-A-A-R-E. Yeah, I know. Weird. Whatever. CoreyTalks.com. It's actually Scandinavian, not weird. Corey Talks, K-A-A-R-E. CoreyTalks.com, my website. You can email us, Corey@CoreyTalks.com. We are on YouTube. 2 big hours on YouTube live every weekday afternoon. YouTube on your smartphone, on your tablet pad, computer, smart TV, television at home, YouTube television. Just put The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson in the search bar. Kaboom goes the dynamite. You're there. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Send the link to other friends and family members. And finally, the first 90 minutes of the 2-hour talk radio program On radio, 4 to 6 p.m. weekdays. On television, statewide, 4 to 5:30 weekdays. Cox Channel 4, all over Louisiana. Spectrum Channel 333, all over Louisiana. That's every weekday, 4 to 5:30. 4 o'clock hour this afternoon, brought to you by Young's Dry Cleaning. I don't know, some of you have a dry cleaner and you just sort of deal with them year in, year out for decades. I don't get that. Always bringing stuff back, just routine. Didn't get this right. It's almost like every time you're bringing in a batch of stuff, you're bringing in something that they have to give you credit on and do it again. Young's Dry Cleaning does it right the first time. Now, I've been going to Young's for decades and decades and decades, like 30 years plus. So they've done thousands of things. They've made a mistake or two, and they fix it right away. A New Orleans institution since 1940. 84 years of excellence in the city. Young'sDryCleaning.com. Young'sDryCleaning.com. Monday afternoon. Spoke about this a little bit back on Friday. We got a little bug buzzing around here. Clear them out. Spoke about this on Friday a little bit. This is not good. Anyone else noticing? Can't wait till the last minute. So much to do. 9 months out, 39 weeks from yesterday. Super Bowl 59 in the city of New Orleans. It's 9 months out now. It's like you're in school or something, you know? You got to learn for everything for that final in December. You got the dissertation due, the project. You got some kids, they're smart. They're getting on it in September. They're really working their tail off in October. They're getting that thing pretty much finished up by November. So then in December, they can make any last minute changes, tweak it out, whatever. They're ready to go. Then you got some kids that getting ready in September. I'm hitting 3 for 1 at the bar in September. Getting it really finalized, getting it really going in October. Yeah, I can get it started next month. I'll have plenty of time. Finalizing in November. Yeah, I guess I'll get started maybe. Finishing up in December, tweaking. I better get started. Super Bowl 59. I think, the 11th time in New Orleans, 8th at the Dome? I guess there's a Super Bowl 59 task force that LaToya, the Destroyer, who is in Qatar. Qatar, I guess is how you pronounce it. Everybody says Qatar. She's in Qatar. She's in the Middle East. Just simply does not give a beep. Doesn't care at all. It's way beyond any of that. It's way beyond any kind of criticism or scrutinization. Just does not care what you think. Black, white, Democrat, Republican, like her, dislike her, whatever. She's going to Qatar. She's going to the Middle East. She's going on the taxpayer's dime, someone's dime. And that's just all there is to it. And it doesn't matter what you think. It's a joke. It's a junket. There'll be no money coming into the city from it. There'll be no jobs created. There'll be nothing the city of New Orleans gains from this. Absolutely zero. This is strictly for the benefit of the individual known as LaToya Cantrell. Just the incidental is she's mayor of the city, and that's how she pulls it off, or I don't want to say justifies it. Anyway, I don't see anything from the mayor. I don't see anything from anyone in the city. 9 months out, 39 weeks away, Super Bowl 59. I got a question for you. Maybe you got an answer or 2 or 5. What needs to get done specifically? Let's write out a big list. There's nothing too big or too small. There's nothing petty or anything. They're all applicable. You could be like the left lane on I-10 in New Orleans East, where those little pinched lips are, whatever those bumps are. Those need to be smoothed out on the interstate, whatever. It might be the fencing along the I-10 in Metairie. The chain link fencing needs to be replaced. Those wires that are pulled tight on the interstate that are supposed to protect one car from going into the other way, once they're compromised, they have to be retightened again or they don't work anymore. I mean, we can go on and on. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Did you know Rouse's sells only Angus beef? Angus beef's natural marbling means more succulence and flavor. Whether you choose Rouse's USDA Prime, Choice, or Select, it'll be only Angus beef when you get it at Rouse's. Tastes like home.
River Cities Total Maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Ooh la Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh la Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. Thanks so much for joining us. Boy, a lot of rain rolling through Metro New Orleans, but not so much the South Shore. We got a little bit, some drizzle, some rain on the South Shore, just a little. But boy, when it was high and dry, like lunchtime, before lunch, lunch, after lunch, raining in Mandeville, Covington, raining in Slidell, raining in Diamond Head, raining in Pass Christian, in Gulfport, Biloxi, Mobile, Alabama, Pensacola, Florida, Destin, Grayton Beach, raining all along the I-10 corridor, not south down here in New Orleans. Still kind of avoiding it, but there is a big chunk that's hitting the Houston, Lake Charles area that could roll in our way in 10 hours or so or go north of us. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. You never know. You could get wiped out. You could get no rain. You could get through your outdoor project with no rain, a little bit of rain, or washed out. You just never know. Never know where it's going to hit either. It's so isolated. You could get an inch of rain pouring in Kenner and sunshine in Chalmette. Monday afternoon. Yeah, this is not good. 9 months out, 39 weeks from yesterday, Super Bowl 59 right here in New Orleans. Our 11th, 8th in the Dome. No, it's not good. And when I'm talking about specifically not the game, that's great. Thank goodness for that. That's $500, $600, $700 million, maybe more. I've heard 800 million plus. Crazy economic figures for the city. No, so glad Super Bowl 59's coming February 9th of 2025. Thank God, we need it. No, what's not good? So much to do. Can't wait till the last minute. Really, nothing getting done. Nothing getting done at all. If there's a task force, I don't see any Super Bowl prep going on from that task force. No sense of urgency. No groups of people all around the city taking on different projects and problems. Like I was saying, ants on a sugar cube just attacking it. I mean, it's endless. Blight. Weeds. It could be power washing, public and private. Now, I'm not getting on Gail Benson and the Saints organization at all. They just happen to be the owner of this. And if you want me to really scrutinize, there's a bunch of private property that needs to be cleaned up. The New Orleans Center parking garage from I-10. At the very least, it needs to be power washed, and it probably needs to be power washed and repainted. It just doesn't look good. And there's a lot of buildings, and it could be the interstate wall, the concrete wall on the interstate. It could be train, trellis, trestle, whatever it is, power washing those. And I'm not talking just graffiti, dirt, grime, just nasty looking. We need to clean things up. Here's the worst part of busting our tail. My God, New Orleans has never looked cleaner. It's so shiny. It's so, here's the real problem. Other cities, everything is new and is shiny and brand spanking new and sparkly. We have to step up big time just to get to the normal level. We're at the abnormal level. Filthy weeds, graffiti, broken streets. I mean, we need like a striping unit, a street striping unit. Doesn't matter how good or bad a shape the street's in. Let's stripe every street. Like, have you gone down St. Charles Avenue in between Poydras and like Old Lee Circle, Tivoli Circle? There's no like stripes or anything. If you're from out of town, you don't even know if it's 1 lane or 2 lane. Can I park on the side? You have no clue. So many streets like that. Street signs missing. My God, thank God it's 2024 and GPS. You're from outside. You're not from here. No clue. No way to get around. No, so much to do. So many problems. We need outside eyes looking at it. We're numb. We're numb to the litter, the trash, the weeds, this gritty blight, the bad roads, potholes. We like, no, get in the middle lane. You subconsciously know to get in the middle lane for the last 3 years because there's that big pothole coming up on the right. Oh, you better remember to be, tires on each side. There's that huge pothole you got to go over. No, a lot of these things we're numb to them. We're used to them. We almost need hire outside people, land at Louis Armstrong International Airport, come into the city and just immediately start describing the good things, the bad things, put up a fence around that, put trees around that, hide that, put a spotlight on that. I saw that during the day. It was beautiful. At night, it wasn't lit up. You should light that up. The positives and the negatives. We need outside eyes. We're numb to it all. No, it's major cleanup. I mean, I can get into so many examples. Like the piping on the interstate. It's like consolidate. If you're going to have the piping, consolidate all the piping in one spot so it's there. And then where it's all hodgepodge and missing, rip it up. Put in something new, rip it up and paint it. Power wash. I don't know what to tell you. But that just looks so 1950s, 1960s, like I'm going through Laurel, Mississippi or something. We have a Super Bowl that's 9 months away. New Orleans is beat up, blighted, dirty, full of graffiti and weeds and broken streets and trash and litter. It needs a major scrubbing, a major cleaning, like the Pope's coming. And I see nothing at all even in that direction. Not even people talking the talk and the walk's coming soon. Nothing. 9 months out from yesterday, Super Bowl 59. And you think you'd have crews all over the city, meticulously cleaning up and fixing things and eliminating blight and cutting down weeds and planting trees and shrubbery and planting grass and all kind of stuff. Nothing. It's going to be last minute. Coming into the Super Bowl, you touch the railing, the paint's going to be still wet all over your hand. That kind of typical New Orleans. Or just, you remember last time, I mean, kind of beyond our control, you could say, but then it's not beyond our control. It's our infrastructure. The power going out during the Super Bowl. What an embarrassment that is. It's amazing we haven't caught more crap from that we're not the butt of jokes. I would be joking some older stadium in Cleveland or Detroit or somewhere like that. I'd be joking if, man, you remember the Super Bowl? You're going to bring another Super Bowl there? The power might go out over there. No, we need to put our best foot forward, the best look possible. We need to kick butt and take names, and we already should have, not to keep saying the same quote, ants on a sugar cube. Should be people everywhere just attacking projects and problems, just relentlessly. Did I mention 39 weeks until the game kicks off? Did I mention not a single thing being done in preparation for Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans? No sense of urgency. My goodness, people, come on. We got to move and fast. Hey, the Rouse's Markets phone lines, love to hear from you. What needs to get done? What's obvious? Got to do this. Got to get the graffiti off the train bridge right there by the cemeteries, Corey. Man, you got to power wash the big I-10 overpass over the train tracks over Carrollton Avenue. You got to power wash that whole thing. Man, you got to the prison. You got to get the prisoners to paint some new stuff on the wall. You can't have 1998 Tulane 12-0. I'm exaggerating. I can go on and on and on. So can you. Think about stuff that's, tourists are going to be around. There's blight. There's just things that are screwed up. that's embarrassing, that makes us look bad? What needs to be done? Rouse's Markets phone lines, 766-9480. 766-9480. Crescent City connection down to 3 lanes in each direction for a while, all summer long. School's out or about to be out. Now they're getting it done. Talking about the multi-million-dollar new lighting system for the Crescent City connection, which will be very similar to what the Superdome has. State of the art. I think the Solomon Group is doing it. I mean, they do stuff for like Disney, Las Vegas, the Superdome. So you'll be able to light it up all kind of different colors. 4th of July, red, white, and blue. LSU wins a national title. It's purple and gold, whatever. You get the idea. Christmas, it's green and red. On and on and on. It's endless. And there's all kind of, movement with the lights. So that's something that is being done, and it'll be done in time for the Super Bowl. But that isn't like, hey, we're lighting up the bridges for the Super Bowl. It coincides with the Super Bowl, getting it done before the Super Bowl. That's great. That is a huge thing. At night, it's going to really like really something huge besides the skyline, an added feature at night that's huge. These 2 Crescent City connection spans over the Mississippi River.
USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers. Mid-City's own Katie's. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
1970 was an exciting time in New Orleans. The first Jazz Fest was held, the city hosted its first Super Bowl, and the first Helm Paint location opened on Earhart Boulevard. While the floppy disks, mood rings, and pet rocks may have come and gone since the 70s, Helm Paint has grown to become your premier source for quality Benjamin Moore products, competitive pricing, and personal service. Please visit one of our locations today and we'll meet our competitors' prices on any identical product. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
For Leidenheimer Baking Company, producing the perfect French bread is more than a vocation. It's a sacred mission. And for 5 generations, they've used the same time-honored process, baking their signature loaf with its crisp crust and delicate center, unique and still good to the last crumb. From the finest French Quarter restaurants to your local po' boy shop, for over 125 years, New Orleans' own Leidenheimer.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you. 9 months from yesterday, 39 weeks away, Super Bowl 59. Super Bowl 59 right here in New Orleans. 9 months from yesterday. We've done nothing to prepare. And we've got so much to do. I was mentioning the lights on the Crescent City Connection. That was going to happen anyway. That doesn't even really count. That's a great positive. I'm not taking anything away. Crescent City Connection's down to 3 lanes in each direction while they do put these lights in over the summer. They're going to have the outside lanes closed, then there'll be the inside lane closed. Another thing that's like more procedure than cleanup, like something that I would recommend to folks in charge and I've mentioned this before, when all those private planes land at Lakefront Airport for the Super Bowl, you make sure they come out of Lakefront Airport. They go over the Seabrook Bridge. They take that first exit on the Lakeshore Drive, and they take Lakeshore Drive past Franklin, past the University of New Orleans, through Lake Terrace, into Lake Vista, all along the lakefront. That's going over the Orleans, that's going over the London Avenue Canal, that's going over Bayou St. John, and then turning left on Canal Boulevard and taking Canal Boulevard all the way to I-610 and getting on I-610, looping around to I-10 and taking the I-10 into downtown that way. Not going Lakefront Airport down Morrison to Chef Highway and getting on the interstate by Banner Chevrolet. No, you can't go by the strip joint down, I'm saying Morrison, down Dowman Road. You can't take Dowman from Lakefront Airport to Chef Highway and get on the I-10. Can't have multimillionaires, super rich, wealthy, billionaires, CEO types, the folks that come to a Super Bowl on their own private jet and land at Lakefront Airport. Can't have those folks going down Dowman Road, past Visions, getting on the interstate by Banner Chevrolet on the high rise and coming in that way. Can't have that. Can't have that. There's no way to clean up that Dowman Road corridor. It's going to look like it looks right now. Just sort of beat up and yesteryear and lower economic income and kind of crusty and rough. Can't have that. Not when you have an alternate route that looks pretty damn good. Come out of Lakefront Airport, right over the Seabrook Bridge, right on the Lakeshore Drive. So you're driving along the lake the whole way. And you go past Franklin, where you could go up Franklin and get on the interstate. Can't take Franklin. Don't want any rich, wealthy people taking Franklin, And I like Franklin down by like past Young's Dry Cleaning into Gentilly. The oak trees over the street, it's nice. You get past, Gentilly Boulevard, the street's all beat up. It's a little rougher. Can't go down Franklin. Franklin's out. Can't go down Elysian Fields by UNO. Can't. It's just too blue collar, too rough, just not nice enough. Can't take that route in. You keep going down past UNO, through Lake Terrace, down Lakeshore Drive, over Bayou St. John into Lake Vista. Nice neighborhoods, nice drive, Lakeshore Drive, just suburbia, looks really nice. Anywhere USA outside of the lakefront, but nice and clean and not dirty and not beat up and not rough looking. And then turning left on Canal Boulevard the whole way from the lake to I-610. Very nice, very plush, very middle class, upper middle class, even rich. So nice. Get on the interstate and go that way. Now, that's a procedure type thing. Some barricades, a suburban NOPD with the lights going, cops standing out there, sign saying local traffic only. SuperBowl, hotels, CBD, downtown, arrows, that kind of stuff. That's kind of procedure. That's something you do that you can do last minute. That you're not even last minute. You got to plan that out too. But that can be done a few months out. But boy, Super Bowl 59, 39 weeks from yesterday, 9 months out. 1/4 of the year is done. 1/4 of the year is done. We have 3/4 of a year left, 39 weeks. You know how fast that'll go. Summer's going to go like that. The 3 months of summer is going to go like that. The 39 weeks, whatever, it's down to 26, just like that. The 9 months is down to 6, just like that. Then it's fall, and it's distraction of school and football season and all this. And got to get the city ready for the Super Bowl. When will the city kind of, hey, let's go, have a sense of urgency and really get at it? No, it's not good. Anyone else noticing this? So much to do. We can't wait till the last minute because you can't get it done last minute. If there's a task force, I don't know who's on it. No Super Bowl prep. No one attacking the problems. Kind of blown away by that. Hey, National News Nation poll last week basically had this thing all knotted up. This is a national poll. Trump 44.6%, Biden 44.4%. 44.6 for Trump, 44.4 for Biden, virtually knotted up. There was a poll on things of most importance, economy number 1, the border number 2. Those are more Republican kind of topics that they can hook their wagon to, much more so than Democrats and liberals. A new New York Times, Philadelphia Inquirer poll. Trump by 7 in Arizona. Trump by 7 in Michigan. Trump by 10 in Georgia. Trump by 12 in Nevada. Trump by 3 in Pennsylvania. They say the 3 big states, you win these. I shouldn't say the 3 big, but 3 very important swing states. You win these 3, you win the election. Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. Trump by 7 in Michigan, 3 in Pennsylvania. Biden by 2 in Wisconsin. It was tied last time around about a month ago. Now it's Biden by 2. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. Yeah, you right. Love to hear from you. What are some obvious things? Metro New Orleans, think airport ride into the city, into the CBD, being in the French Quarter, being in the CBD, going to restaurants and bars and music clubs, different routes you have to take from one area of the city to the other. Think about that and what needs to be cleaned up. What needs to be taken care of? What needs to be power washed, blight, weeds? What needs to be painted? What needs to be hidden? What needs to be a big fence put up, trees put up? Got to hide that. Got to hide that blight. All the world's eyes are coming to New Orleans in 9 short months from yesterday. Less than 39 weeks. The whole world. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity for like Michael Heck, Greater New Orleans Inc., folks like that. Like once in a lifetime. Because it's today. It's 2024. New Orleans gets a Super Bowl, what, every 12, 15 years now? And because the last one was 12, 15 years ago, the climate in the world has changed. It is the CEOs, the billionaires, the decision makers, the Fortune 500 company folks, Fortune 1000, it's decision makers. You get a few deals worked when all these folks happen to be having a good time in New Orleans. It could be a game changer for the city. The powers that be, the legitimate folks like the Michael Hecks, the Bill Hines of the world, the Doug Thorntons, the legitimate folks in New Orleans, they gain some traction with these folks. Could be a difference maker for the city. But we got to put our best foot forward. We can't embarrass ourselves. No, the opportunity is huge. But I don't see any sense of urgency. I don't see New Orleans attacking problems and things. Think about it, and I'd love to hear from you, 766-9480. Where are some of the problems? And I said, here's a real problem earlier. Other cities, everything's new and shiny, brand new. New Orleans has so much to do. We can't wait till the last minute. And things like I talk about reimagining Bourbon Street. It's not time to do that. That's a 3, 5, 7-year project. Reimagining Bourbon Street. Getting rid of the strip joints, the daiquiri shops, the trinket shops, big ass beer, that kind of stuff. Changing the entire socioeconomic demographic on that street. Instead of, some dude and his date pulling up in the truck, parking outside the quarter, walking onto Bourbon Street, buying a couple of daiquiris, walking the block a few times, 90 minutes later, leaving for the night. Sally spent $16. Ron spent $21.
Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
For over 120 years, New Orleans' very own Leidenheimer French bread.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, fuller part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
What actually lasts a lifetime? Not much, but at Helm Paint, we have something guaranteed to last a lifetime. Benjamin Moore's Regal Select. This paint and primer in one offers cutting-edge waterborne technology, smooth application, and long durability. Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, your New Orleans paint store.
Why don't you head over to Katie's right now? Check out NBA playoff action on the flat screen TVs, Major League Baseball, Premier League Soccer. Pick your poison. They got you covered on the flat screen TVs at Katie's. And I'll tell you something about Katie's. The flat screen TVs, I mention them because of sports action and, folks liking, that option, being able to check that stuff out. But that's exactly what it is, an option. Low profile. I mean, it's big flat screen TVs, but just sort of sunk into the walls with all kind of other New Orleans knick-knack, great New Orleans feel. It's not a sports bar. It's not a bunch of TVs, but there are a bunch of TVs. But it's Katie's. It's just that New Orleans feel. I mean, you can go in there and not even notice the TVs and enjoy the great service, a bunch of yaddy New Orleans characters in there, including part of the wait staff. Big portions, great old school New Orleans specialties that you love. It's a taste of New Orleans at Katie's in Mid-City. Iberville, corner Telemachus. Check them out tonight. Katie's in Mid-City. It is a Monday afternoon edition of the program. Super Bowl 59. 9 months from yesterday, 39 weeks from yesterday, and the city's done nothing. I don't know of a task force. Here's the plan. This is what we need to do. We need to clean this up. We need to clean that up. I know of nothing. Love to hear from you, 766-9480. I've mentioned this before. It can't be done. It's a longer time period thing, like a 3, 5, 7 year thing. Reimagining Bourbon Street. I mean, I don't know why we settle for this street that we avoid as locals. No locals go to Bourbon Street. None. Hey, let's go down to Bourbon Street tonight and have some fun. No one. No locals. None. It's a toilet. It's terrible. We need to reimagine Bourbon Street. It's long overdue. Get rid of the strip joints. Get rid of the daiquiri shops. Get rid of the trinket stores. the big ass beer, all that stuff. Reimagine the street, bright, lit up, jazz clubs, restaurants, outdoor dining, like a big open patio, the whole length of the street, the whole length of Bourbon Street. Something that's inviting, something locals would want to go down to. Police presence, clean, connecting streets to Royal lit up instead of powering down at 5:30, 6 o'clock, putting fencing on the windows and the doors to protect some Bourbon Street drifters from coming over and throwing a bottle all drunk through the window. Royal Street and Bourbon Street should complement each other. Some couple buying an ottoman, some antiques at 1 a.m. The connecting streets, 2 or 3 of them connecting Bourbon and Royal, all lit up too. Something nice, plush, world class. Not this sewer, this toilet, the thing that none of us go down to. There's a reason we locals don't go to Bourbon Street. It sucks. It's terrible. And when your friends are, outsiders come into town, especially for the first time, got to go down to Bourbon Street, you're like rolling your eyes. Last place you want to go. Finally, after a week in town, man, got to be able to tell my friends when I go back to Omaha, whatever, I went to Bourbon Street. All right, let's go walk it real quick. It's terrible. And it should be a gem. It should be a shining star. It should be something that brings in huge amounts of money. Tourism Mecca. And you can go, Corey, it is. Yeah, and what are you getting per head? You're getting Sally and Johnny driving up in their truck, walking to the daiquiri shop, picking up a couple of daiquiris, walking up and down the street for a few hours. Sally was $17.83, and Ron was $21.18, you know? Those need to be times 10. It's a few $100s a head. Going to jazz clubs and restaurants and a music area, restaurant area, bar area. You could have all kind of stuff intertwined in that, something that attracts people and a higher end demographic of money. Not looking for the couple walking with the daiquiris, looking for the couple from New York that are going to spend $1,000 on some art or antiques. The problem is for a Super Bowl 9 months out, Reimagine Bourbon Street is out. That's a 3, 5, 7 year plan. No one's even talking about it. No one. It's like eliminating the land-based casino monopoly in New Orleans. Has nothing to do with Harrah's or Caesars. I'm not against them. I'm for them. They've got probably $1 billion+ invested the foot of Canal Street at their Harrah's casino complex. The new hotel coming online, the other hotel, the casino itself, all of it. The Fulton Street. No, if you had an open market for the casinos, land-based casinos, I doubt many would come. It wouldn't be like a half dozen new casinos popping up, but there'd be a few. Outside of Caesars, there's like 4 other big players: Wynn, MGM, Penn, Boyd. If you could just get 1 or 2 of them, 1 or 2 to compete with Caesars, like they're going to have to invest a few $1 billion each. Then all of a sudden, we're a little bit of a casino destination. Maybe you're seeing like nonstop flight from Mexico City to New Orleans, those types of things. More nonstop flights, more tourists, plus the investment, construction jobs. I mean, could you imagine Wynn or MGM, Penn, Boyd, anybody? Let's build something that competes with Harrah's, with Caesars. No, eliminate that land-based casino monopoly. It's ridiculous. It's yesteryear thinking. Hey, the 5 o'clock powwow is coming up next. You want to know how I know? That's right. The reminder. What's that, Blue Boy? Slow down, buddy. It's hard enough just translating what you're saying. You save the program. Otherwise, I might ramble into the top of the hour break. That's no napping, Blue Boy. What else? Tell folks to stick around because the 5 o'clock powwow is coming our way. You're right, Blue Boy. Thank you, buddy.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson. On TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube. On radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Rouse's, New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's has the only full-service grocery stores both in the French Quarter on Royal Street and in the CBD on Baronne in the old Sewell Cadillac building. The Rouse's on the river, Tchoupitoulas at Napoleon, is in a century-old warehouse. And uptown on Ferret at the corner of Valence is Rouse's all-new boutique store. With 7 locations in Orleans Parish, Rouse's is New Orleans grocery store. Rouse's Markets. Taste like home.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became #1 for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Ooh la Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh la Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Hi, this is Joey Helm. My dad, Bunky Helm, had a vision of a locally family-owned store serving the residential and commercial paint needs of New Orleans. I think Dad would be proud of today's Helm Paint and Decorating, and here's why. We have the best technical staff in the business, providing the best color matching service in Southeast Louisiana. Perfect matching for any color and any brand. And we'll save your colors so you don't have to save those old cans. Helm Paint offers free 2-hour delivery. Our in-store decorators will assist you on deciding what color and type of paint to best showcase your home. But most importantly, as your local independent Benjamin Moore dealer, our products provide the greatest value in the paint industry. Superior coverage, and Benjamin Moore paint simply covers better and lasts longer. New Orleans is a city of vibrant color, and no one else provides the paints of New Orleans like Helm Paint and Decorating. Visit any of our 6 locations or online at helmpaint.com.
Helm Paint, Helm Paint, let us steer you right. Helm Paint and Supply.
Well, we're moving on now. We're moving on up to the east side.
This is my George Jefferson strut. Sherman Hemsley. I need to put my hands back like this. He did. He got a big piece of the pie. Left Archie Bunker behind. Blue collar Archie, white collar George Jefferson. Rich George Jefferson. Living in a big condo. What a great, great sitcom. Incredible. All right. No Jefferson. Where's Drew Brees? There he is, Mr. Drew Brees, number 9. Thank you for that 5 o'clock power hour introduction. Yeah, you right. Hey, the 5 o'clock power hour this afternoon brought to you by Latrim, the global manufacturing giant that's hiring. Looking for a job? Latrim's got you covered. Looking for a career? Latrim's got you covered. Man, if New Orleans had a dozen Latrims, we'd be like Austin or Nashville. We'd be well on our way. This is a New Orleans-born, bred-based company. About 1,400 employees at their Elmwood facility. They're like up to nearly 100 acres over there. I'm serious. They crossed over Jefferson Highway, Distributors Row. They keep going farther into Elmwood, scooping up more property like entire industrial blocks, and are manufacturing and warehousing and doing all kind of stuff and growing. Worldwide manufacturing giant here in New Orleans. About 1,400 jobs in Elmwood, and they're hiring. They've got a few hundred jobs on the North Shore, their I-12 facility. So you folks over there don't have to come across the causeway. Just beeline down the I-12 and you're at Latrim, the North Shore plant. A culture of innovation. For a full listing of positions available, go to their website, latrim.com. Latrim spelled L-A-I. T-R-A-M, latrim.com. 5 o'clock power hour on this Monday, brought to you by Latrim. Hey, our Humane May fundraiser going on as we speak. Please donate. We're like halfway through the month. Wednesday, it'll be the 15th. We need to average about $330 a day to hit our goal. You know what we're averaging? Less than a third, about $100 a day. We're at around $1,500 instead of like, $4,800 right now. Something like that. We're at like $1,500. We're way, way back. Really need to pick up the pacing. Please donate. We need to hit this goal of $10,000. HumaneLA.org. HumaneLA.org is the website to donate to our Humane May fundraiser, where we're trying to raise $10,000 in the month of May for the Humane Society of Louisiana. Donate at HumaneLA.org. Top left-hand corner of the page, you'll see me laying there with Blue Boy. Click on that and donate. HumaneLA.org. This is not good. Anyone else notice that we're 9 months out? 39 weeks from yesterday, Super Bowl 59 kicks off in New Orleans. February 9th, 2025. We're now less than 9 months out. It'll be 8 months in 4 weeks. You see how that works, the time thing? No sense of urgency. New Orleans doing absolutely nothing, and we've got a lot to do. We're not some city that can clean it up in 4 to 6 weeks like a Nashville or a Dallas or a Houston, Seattle, Denver, whatever. We're New Orleans. We're crusty. We're dirty. We're filthy. We've got beat up streets and infrastructure. We've got weeds and graffiti and rusting steel. It's a bad look. And we're numb to it. We're used to it. We live here. Hell, half of you out there, big litter contributors, the worst of the worst. Nothing sucks worse than someone that litters. No pride in their surroundings, no pride in themselves. It's sad. I don't know how people get to that level where they litter and just do it with no problem. Just part of their DNA. Black, white, old, young, public school, private school, grandma, Republican, Democrat, rich or poor. These people that litter in New Orleans, maybe the filthiest city in America because of the citizens. I mean, could New Orleans and Jefferson Parish, North Shore too, have like better cleanup folks, better sanitation departments? You bet. But New Orleans for a city compared to other cities, filthy. Jefferson Parish for a suburb compared to other suburbs, think like, I don't know, Atlanta, like Sandy Springs or Buckhead, it's filthy. North Shore, you want to compare to like Las Colinas in Dallas or something? It's filthy. Apples to apples. Yeah, Jefferson's cleaner than New Orleans, North Shore cleaner than South Shore. That's not apples to apples. Inner city, suburbs, exurbs, it's 3 entirely different things. No, we're just a filthy, dirty city, especially New Orleans, the city that care forgot or the city that forgot to care. Furniture, mattresses thrown out. I mean, New Orleans East is a joke. It's a dumping ground out there, just out in the open, too. No, we've got a lot of cleaning up to do in New Orleans. Think about like power washing things. Think about the public stuff, like bridge railings on the interstate, the train bridge, just so many things we need to power wash. And I'm not even talking graffiti, just dirt, grime. Even the private sector. You know, I'm on the Pontchartrain Expressway and I'm looking over by the Dome, the arena. There's the New Orleans Center parking garage, and it's got that kind of pinkish kind of pastel color, and it's just black dirt all over it, just filthy, like needs to be power washed and then probably a good coat of paint. But that's Gail Benson's garage. I'm not getting on Gail Benson. There's lots of private business owners that have fallen into that funk where, hey, it's New Orleans, we can kind of let it go. If this was a San Francisco property, you know, somewhere else, we clean it up. No, we have less than 9 months, 39 weeks from yesterday. Super Bowl 59 kicks off at the Dome in New Orleans. We have so much to do, and I see no sense of urgency. I see the city with no plan. Right now, you should be driving around and it should just be work crews that you recognize wearing some kind of vest or white suit or something, that they're just attacking projects and problems like ants on a sugar cube, where you're like, damn, Super Bowl is 9 months out. They're really getting on it and seeing it all amp up as time goes on. I don't see anything going on, not a single project. The opposite. The mayor's in Qatar right now. Yeah, in the Middle East. In the Middle East. Montreal, then Qatar. You want to know why? Because she can. The council could have stopped it. They chose not to. They chose not to. And the mayor just is blatant about it, egregious, just over the top, just simply does not care, doesn't give a you-know-what at all. The opposite. Screw you. She's flipping off the entire city, and just with that poop-eating grin. What you going to do about it? Black, white, old, young, rich, poor, Republican, Democrat. Screw you. That's what the mayor's saying. I'm going to Qatar. I'm going first class. I'm staying at a great hotel. I'm going to eat great meals. I'm going somewhere that 99.999% of you will never, ever go to. Don't know where it is. Can't even dream about it. I'm going. No, the mayor's relentless. Doesn't stop. Montreal, that's a nice city. This time of year, get out of the New Orleans heat and then beelining over to some climate change nonsense. I can tell you all these junkets, you can add them all up. You can multiply them times 10. There's something simple about math. When it's times 0, it equals 0. So you can add all the junkets up, all the destinations, all the money spent. Not a single dollar bill, not a single dollar, not a nickel, not a penny. Not one job, not half a job, not an indirect job, not a part-time job, not a single job has been created. There's a reason it's called a junket. By definition, a public official taking a taxpayer-financed vacation, benefiting the elected official, not the citizenry. And LaToya Cantrell, when you go to Montreal and then go to Qatar, you just simply do not care. The bird finger she's flipping is one shell square sized. It's 52 stories, that middle finger. Hey, y'all, I'm going to Montreal and I'm going to Qatar, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore. Let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port Nola has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NolaAC.com, your cool spot.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com. Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamar Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience. Right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Monday afternoon. Lebanon's Cafe's rocking and rolling till 9:30. Have you been to Lebanon's Cafe? They have lamb chops, a half dozen lamb chops with this little green bean veggie grilled medley on the side. Then you still get to pick 2 Middle Eastern sides to go with those 6 lamb chops. 20-something bucks. Still 20-something bucks. Lebanon's Cafe, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn. Some of the city's finest Middle Eastern food. They're open till 9:30. Outdoor dining, indoor dining, to-go orders. Lebanon's Cafe. Monday afternoon edition of the program. Humane May fundraiser going on. Please donate. HumaneLA.org. 9 months out, 39 weeks from yesterday, Super Bowl 59 kicks off in the city. The football season's like 90 days out. Saints will be playing in 90 days, 100 days, real football. 39 weeks from yesterday, 9 months out, the Super Bowl kicks off in the city. You know, where we had a Super Bowl with that blackout for 30 minutes? We need to get our you-know-what together. And getting our you-know-what together requires a sense of urgency yesterday. Nothing going on right now. The mayor's in Qatar. We should have work crews all over the city attacking problems and projects. Like white on rice, attacking it. Knocking stuff out, a major checklist with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of items that need to be knocked out. Clean this up, plant some trees there, dig up those weeds there, paint that, power wash that, get rid of the graffiti there, clean up that blighted area, clean up the trash, build a fence there, paint that. We need to step up. We need outside New Orleans eyes to look on our city right now and be like, yeah, that doesn't look good. That's really something good you guys have. Y'all need to emphasize that more. We're numb to all of this. The trash, the weeds, the graffiti, the bad streets. I mentioned last hour, just striping streets, no matter how good or bad they are. Just put stripes on them. The white dash line, the yellow lines, whatever, some reflectors, stripe some streets for crying out loud. Even if they're beat up, banged up streets, stripe them. And those little pinched lip things on streets, you know, where it gets so hot, the street comes together and it kind of, you get that little pinched lip. Why isn't that scraper thing out there? Just 24/7, 365, like the pothole filler. That thing should be running every day, all the time. And that scraper machine should be scraping those lips everywhere. I don't care if it's River Road, Leak Avenue in New Orleans, the S curves on Wisner by Bayou St. John, wherever the road's pinched, get that little thing to clip off that asphalt. Make it a little smoother. Yeah, and ideally bring in the pothole filler and put some asphalt in the little crack. The Super Bowl's coming, and there's no sense of urgency. There's no one attacking problems like blight, weed, power washing stuff. here's another real problem. Compared to other Super Bowl cities, those Super Bowl cities can get their act together in 6 weeks. They're already clean. They're new. They're modern. They're growing, explosive growth. Everything's new. New buildings, new hotels, new venues. Everything's new. We're the opposite. We're beat up, old, crusty, forgotten, bad infrastructure. We got a lot of work to do just to get to like normal. Because right now, there's just so many eyesores, it'll be embarrassing. It'll be a negative. So when we bust our butt, where us locals, we're going, damn, haven't seen New Orleans so clean. Wow, I can't believe they power washed that. That looks beautiful. We got to keep that clean. We got to get rid of that litter in there all the time. It looks so good what they did. Other folks are going to come in here. It's just going to be, quote, normal. It's not going to be a big positive. It's just going to be normal. I remember they redid the interstate in New Orleans East. It was terrible before. When they redid it, it was great. We rode out there and we're like, man, it's not bumpy. It's a great ride. No one from out of town riding in is going, oh my gosh, the interstate's smooth. It's what's expected. So it just got us to normal. Before it was a negative. It was so bumpy and screwed up. Folks were like, my God, the interstate in New Orleans East is terrible. So, I mean, we get something new. We locally think it's great, but we just need to get to normal in a lot of things. And right now we're substandard in a lot of things. No, and we're numb because we see the problems every day to a lot of the problems. No, we need a Super Bowl task force. We need a mover and shaker leading the way. It's not a part-time job. It's a full-time job. Every day there's focus. Every day there's a major checklist, things getting done, things getting checked off the checklist, because I can come up with dozens and dozens just sitting here, and the more people you get that are like-minded, you get it going for a week or two, all of a sudden there's a few hundred things on this checklist. Some are easy, might just be a few people, few $100. Some require thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Some's going to require a few $1 million. So we've got to get people, funds, a plan, a checklist, attacking it. Got none of that. I'm a talk radio TV host, by the way. Not a mayor, not a city council person, not someone on the Super Bowl task force. If there is one, there is one. There was one. We got to put our best foot forward on this. We got to shine. It's so much more than just, the Super Bowl and it's all these things, but it's so much more than the Super Bowl, the tourists coming in town, the city looking good, all the media attention, the television, and all the attention on New Orleans. And you saw the Zurich Classic, how well CBS made New Orleans look. A Super Bowl's times 1,000. All the stuff we can offer the world. No, it's huge. But there's a major opportunity. It's like once in a lifetime, especially for New Orleans that so desperately is in need. With the Super Bowl coming in 9 months from yesterday, you've got the world's wealthiest people coming to New Orleans for a few days. Super rich, wealthy, billionaires, Fortune 500, Fortune 1000 CEOs, decision makers, like lots of them. And they're in New Orleans in the right environment where what we do best, entertaining, music, food, the whole 9 yards, living it up, living life to the fullest. It's an opportunity for our best and brightest, the Michael Hecks, the Bill Hines, the Doug Thorntons of the world, the real difference makers, the legitimate players in any city, not just New Orleans, that can infiltrate these folks at these high-end restaurants and events and music venues and the like, and get something out of them. Get them to give to New Orleans. We're going to bring 100 jobs in. We're going to do this. We're going to invest in that. There's not a better time. I mean, otherwise, it's like, what do we want? Let's go find that person. Let's set up a meeting. Let's call Microsoft. Do we have to go to Seattle? You've got everyone coming to New Orleans. It's going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. You're going to have to eliminate some folks you want to see. You're going to have a list of those folks. The billionaires, the decision makers, the wealthy, the CEOs. And you're not going to have enough time to see them all. So you're going to have to pick out which ones do you want to see, which ones are the most, have the strongest possibility of developing or investing, I should say, in the city. You got to really, this is just a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity with this Super Bowl. Forget about the game. Forget about the tourists. Forget about the media coverage. Forget about all the free advertising, the spotlight on New Orleans. All of that is legit. I'm not downplaying any of that. But football, over the last few generations, went from blue collar to white collar to corporate to wealthy. And it's just... it's big bucks and it's big money, and the Super Bowl is the big daddy of them all, and everyone's going to be in New Orleans for it. And New Orleans needs to take advantage of an economic opportunity that's out there, especially on our turf, while folks are relaxed, having a good time, positive, happy. Yes, I'll bring 100 jobs in. I love the city. Yes, yes. Need to get aggressive, need to have a plan, and need to go get it. No, this Super Bowl could be a game changer if you could land a Fortune 500 company or two with just dozens of jobs, 100 jobs, a game changer. Having Microsoft, Cisco Systems, those kind of signs on buildings in New Orleans. Are you kidding? They're nowhere to be seen. Hey, every day this program on radio, live streaming, CoreyTalks.com. We're on TV, Cox Channel 4, Spectrum Channel 333. We're on YouTube. 2 big hours every day on YouTube. It's always brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. And now Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood. The Lamarck Crescent City Ford dealership. It's like trucks, vans, commercial equipment, vehicles for you, and they service, maintain any Ford vehicle. So if you're on the riverside, Elmwood, River Ridge, Harahan, Old Jefferson, even like uptown New Orleans via River Road, you might want to consider bringing that Ford or Lincoln vehicle to Crescent City Ford, Lamarck Crescent City Ford in Elmwood on Jefferson Highway. And of course, they're bridging the gap in Kennebra. The Lamarck Automotive Complex, home of the big store, Lamarck Ford, for 45 plus years. Lamarck Lincoln, number 1 Lincoln dealership in the state. Why would you go anywhere else? Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. And now, Lamarck Crescent City Ford. Corey Johnson with you. Super Bowl 9 months from yesterday. Game kicks off 39 weeks from yesterday in New Orleans. I don't see any Super Bowl host committee. I don't see any plans. I don't see any checklists. I don't see people, men, women on the street knocking out problems and projects all over the city in preparation for the big game. I don't see any of it. No talk, no walk, no nothing. Mayor's in Qatar right now, Middle East. Not kidding. New Orleans needs to put its best foot forward. We can't screw this one up. We can't have a power outage. We can't have people come here and say it's blighted, it's dirty, it's filthy. We need to clean up our act. We clean up our act. We do the things we need to do, hundreds of things on a checklist where we, the locals, are going, damn, I've never seen New Orleans so clean. It just gets us to normal with the rest of the world. We're so behind the 8 ball right now. 9 months will go fast. This summer's going to blow by. The 9 months will be 6 months out. 39 weeks will be 26 weeks. And then it'll be Saints season. The Saints season will be rolling in. LSU football, Tulane will be 6-8 weeks into that season. Then all of a sudden it's 15 weeks from the Super Bowl. When are we going to get started? When are we going to have a sense of urgency? Because unlike the modern, clean, new cities that are shining and glimmering, everything's new and nice, we're old and crusty and beat up infrastructure. We can't just clean up quickly. We got a lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. Are there some special problems you see out there that need to be addressed? 766-9480. 766-9480. Boy, I got a new national poll of Trump and Biden. Trump leading in some key swing states, some by double digits. Corey Johnson with you. 766-9480. Leidenheimer Baking Company. Bakers of that wonderful Leidenheimer French bread. Well, what is that long loaf of Leidenheimer? Like 4 feet? It's longer than a yard, I'm telling you. There's no way you can fit that bad boy in a grocery bag. It like sticks up like twice as tall as the bag. Leidenheimer French bread. So good. I'll take that long loaf. I'll cut what I want, put it in the oven, about 350, 4, 5, 6 minutes, piping hot. The outside's like just super hot, like almost burn your fingertips if you're not careful. Crack it open, just the steam pouring out. I pull out a little to the middle, and then I just coat the inside with room temperature butter. Absolutely fantastic. You know what you do with the rest of the loaf of Leidenheimer? Cut it up, stick it in some freezer bags, and stick it in the freezer. And in the next few days, next week or so, pull that Leidenheimer French bread out of the freezer frozen. Stick it on a tray in the oven at 350 for about 5, 6, 7 minutes. And it's just crispy, hot, fresh, like that loaf, the one you baked about 5 days ago, a week ago in the oven. Like it came out of the Leidenheimer bakery. Leidenheimer French bread. They've only been doing it since the late 1800s, and they're still doing it for us right here in New Orleans. Leidenheimer French bread, Leidenheimer Baking Company.
From the owners of Katie's in Mid-City and Bienvenue in Harahan, an old school deli with over a dozen specialty sandwiches. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria.
River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot. River City's total maintenance keeps you cool. NoAC.com, your cool spot.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
The French bread of the city of New Orleans. Good to the last crumb. Leidenheimer French bread.
Custom window treatments can enhance the look and value of your home. At Helm Paint and Decorating, we're proud to offer custom plantation-style window shutters by Scandia. Perfect for any window, including large frames, French doors, sliding doors, and arches. American-made SL300 shutters are available in many colors to match your personal decor. We'll come out to measure, and you'll receive fast delivery. Plus, they're virtually maintenance-free.
Helm Paint and Benjamin Moore, let us steer you in the right direction.
Helm Paint and Supply.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
River Cities. Total maintenance keeps you cool, New Orleans. NOLAAC.com is your cool spot.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Yeah, you right. Crescent City and beyond. Corey Johnson back at you on a Monday afternoon. The wonderful mayor, City of New Orleans, LaToya the Destroyer Cantrell, a.k.a. Junket Cantrell, living up to her name, going to Montreal on the city's dime, and then going to Qatar. Can you believe that? The Middle East? And, of course, the plane is already in the air by the time we know that the junket has started. The mayor's smart. She learned that one from C. Ray Nagin. You make the junket known before the trip, and the public will freak out, and that elected official will have to cancel the trip. So when you're going on a junket, a taxpayer finance vacation, you keep it secret. You release, that media release, the press release, when the plane's already in the air heading towards the destination. The Times-Picayune had an interesting piece today. in about the last 18 months, about the last year and a half, the mayor is MIA about 1 out of every 5 or 6 days. And when I say MIA, out of the city, in another city, in another country, halfway around the world, wherever, not in New Orleans, but under the guise of mayor of New Orleans, a city finance junket. About 1 out of every 5, 1 out of every 6 days over the last year and a half. It's unbelievable. It's mind-blowing. Junket Cantrell living up to her name, and the heat's on. She's hired one of the best defense attorneys in the city. An impending indictment it just seems inevitable, doesn't it? An indictment by the feds? That just seems looming. And the mayor just doubles down on the balcony with Vappy at Tableau and the French Quarter, yucking it up, drinking wine while on duty, just not a care in the world. And then these junkets, Montreal, now Qatar, been to Korea, and so many other places. Africa, it's endless. It's a dream vacation. It's a bucket list for most people. And the mayor doing it when she's mayor, and now doing it when she's being scrutinized like crazy by the feds, just sort of, I do not care. I think her attitude before was, look, y'all, my 15 minutes of fame is going to be up and there's nowhere for me to go. I steered $1 million from that Wisner fund into my nonprofit, but I got caught doing that. The OIG did that report, so I had to return that $1 million. So now I don't have a nonprofit I can fall back on and juice that for money. And there's no way I'm going to be able to live the lifestyle that I've been living as mayor, dining on the city's dime at some of the finest restaurants and traveling the world first class, great hotels, all on the city's dime. How else can I do this? And now she's kind of doubling down, like, not only is my 15 minutes of fame up and I don't have a future where I can make money and continue this lifestyle, I'm done. Now I'm probably going to jail too. So I really better live it up. 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, at least I can look back and all that travel I did and how first class it was and the limo rides and the escorts and the police protection and just living like I'm the president or some kind of ambassador. So that's my only guess, the mentality of the mayor. The criminals are stupid kind of mentality. The doubling down is just like, there's just never any kind of common sense being applied. I almost think the opposite. Folks like me criticizing, the mayor hears it, she just gets mad and gets belligerent and just gets hell-bent to do the opposite of what's smart. No, when the mayor is indicted by the feds and it seems inevitable, and when the mayor fights it in the beginning and then inevitably pleads guilty and then wants to blame that she's a woman or black or some other circumstances and is looking for pity. Remember the trip to Qatar and Montreal and Korea and Africa and all these trips and expensive hotel rooms and $17,000 first-class airline flights. Things that are inconceivable for 90+% of New Orleanians everywhere. And she's just doing it all the time on a regular basis. No, it doesn't stop. Doesn't stop. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday. Your air conditioning might stop. You need AC help. Summer's here. You need air conditioning help. You need to go to the pros. You need to go to honest people that know what they're doing, that come immediately. What else do you need? I mean, I can sing a song for you, tell you they got the coldest AC, the hottest heat, their trucks are the cleanest, they got nice outfits. I can come up with all kinds of things that are meaningless. I don't know about you. I want an honest air conditioning outfit. I want air conditioning experts. It's what they do. It's what they know. They're not guessing. They're fixing it right the first time. And I want folks that know New Orleans and our heat and humidity and realize my AC's not working right or it's not working at all, that they come immediately, that they have a sense of urgency. You get those big three, the important three, what you need to have when it comes to an air conditioning outfit. Fair and honest Lucas and the boys. Air conditioning experts that come immediately. If you need air conditioning help, all you need to remember is NOLAAC.com. Weekday, weekend, holiday, overnight, it doesn't matter. If you need air conditioning help, NOLAAC.com.
Rouse's Market is hiring. With 65 stores, full or part-time employment, and flexible scheduling, Rouse's has a job for you, or maybe even a career. Apply at any Rouse's store or online at rouses.com.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes, a magazine as unique as you.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa. And now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
Which Metro New Orleans area restaurant made CNN's top 50 in America and ThrillList.com's top 25 and has served presidents at the White House for over 40 years? Trey Yen in Mandeville.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. NOLAAC.com, your cool spots. NOLAAC.com, your cool spots.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's what I said. Ooh, Leidenheimer, that's French for bread. Leidenheimer.
5 generations, family owned and operated. Leidenheimer French bread.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
Spread the love. Blue Plate Mayonnaise since 1927. New Orleans mayonnaise, 95 plus years. I've never ever purchased any other mayonnaise in my life. There's never been any other mayonnaise brand in my pantry, in my refrigerator, in my mouth, on my sandwiches. Blue Plate Mayonnaise. On your grocer's shelf, Blue Plate Mayonnaise, New Orleans own. Brett Martell joins us. He's not a New Orleans native, but he's an official New Orleanian now. How you doing, Brett?
Good.
You've been down here like more than half your life now, huh?
What's that? Well, about half my life. Yeah, 25 years.
Yep. And clearly about 90% of your adult life, 80+% of your adult life.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. Hey, Brett, what's going on in the world of sports?
Well, it's relatively slow times. Obviously, just had their rookie mini camp, and there are ongoing roster moves.
I saw the Kool-Aid guy bought his mother a $150,000 Mercedes SUV, but he wasn't at the rookie camp, right? He's like rehabbing an ankle or something.
Well, he was there, but it's just he's very limited in what he can do.
Yeah. Okay.
So
good.
Go to meetings and
that's good.
Some rehab and recovery and stuff like that. He can watch practice. You know what I mean? But he's not full speed.
Hey, Pels trading Brandon Ingram and or Zion Williamson or neither? What do you think?
Well, I think the plan is to build around Zion. And the reason there's so much speculation about a Brandon Ingram trade is probably what's happening is that they've told his agent that they're not going to offer him, because he's eligible for an extension. He's under contract, obviously, for one more season. He's eligible for an extension.
He's not going to get a max deal?
Yeah, and it's not going to be a max deal. And I think so his agent maybe he's interested in having him go somewhere else, and maybe kind of, putting that out there.
Yeah,
but it won't necessarily happen. I mean, I think that there's a long ways to go and a lot of negotiations to go. And I think the agent wants to know what the market is for him. If Brandon Ingram likes it here and feels he can make it work with Zion, he may take a hometown discount to stay, but it's just hard to know right now. It doesn't happen too often. So
Brett Martell's with us. Brett Martell's with us from the Associated Press. Even though they're two entirely different players, Brett, are they playing the same spot and they don't complement each other?
No, I mean, they're playing different spots. I mean, Zion is a power forward who also brings the ball up and initiates the offense sometimes, like a guard would. And Ingram is a dynamic wing player, So they should. I mean, I think the plan was, to see what they could do with those two as like the two-headed, star with like a strong third and fourth piece. People like, C.J. McCollum and Valanciunas or whatever. Then Herb Jones is your defensive stalwart or whatever. But right now, I think, it's tough to judge. Obviously, that's the thing. I think there's some frustration that just hasn't worked out.
Yep.
Zion is showing a lot more upside. But Brandon's performance in the playoffs isn't necessarily indicative of the type of player he can be when he's at his best. He was coming off a knee injury that kept him up for 12 games. And it was just a big struggle for him, especially with Zion not, taking a lot of attention from the opposing defense.
Yep. He was non-existent during the playoffs. Hey, Brett, about 15 seconds. LSU baseball going anywhere?
No. We'll see. We'll see if they make a good run in the SEC tournament coming up. They're playing better though.
I know, it's amazing just how the bottom fell out of that team. Brett, how can folks check out your stuff via the Associated Press?
At apnews.com or the AP News app on a smartphone, which is free, gives you news from all over the world.
Brett, always a pleasure, man. Thanks for joining us.
You too, man. Yeah.
That's Brett Martell, another Martell Monday. That's Blue Boy barking up a storm, saying thanks for watching, thanks for listening. See you tomorrow, Tuesday, straight up 4 o'clock. Be there. Down, Blue Boy. Down, buddy.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.